Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching News Now with me, Aishwarya Patil. Closing the fiscal month and the week rather mixed. Benchmarks were seen reeling in the red. However, Nifty comfortably perched at 2 months highs ever as auto metals and pharma counters felt the tariff jitters. Now, banks, however, were seen extending gains with the PSU Bank Index closing a month high. Looking back, March was a month for recoveries as Dalal Street witnessed the return of the FIRs over the solid 6-day buy run. Both benchmarks and broader markets logged over 5% gains, the small caps being the clear outperformers with over 9% gains in the month gone by. And as we wrap up FY25, all eyes are on March auto sales, which is a crucial number that sets the tone for the sector heading into the new fiscal. Will rising demand and strong consumer sentiment drive record numbers, or will high interest rates and input cost put the brakes on growth? Abhishek is standing by with all the key trends and expectations. Abhishek, how's it looking as far as the auto sales are concerned for the month of March?
Auto OEMs will report their monthly volumes in the next week. On a broader note, the numbers are expected to be mixed bag. CV segment is expected to report a muted performance largely because of the lower fleet utilization levels and limited retail push from the OEM side. In the PV segment, the retails were muted, but it is expected to report a higher single digit kind of a growth in the volumes, mainly because of the M&M's outperformance and some inventory buildup ahead of the price hike from April onwards. In the two-wheeler segment, OBD2 norms will get implemented from the April 1st, and we expect that the mass market segment players would align their inventories in line with the demand. Eicher Motor is expected to outperform the two-wheeler peg. Tractor segment is expected to outperform the overall automobile volumes in the month of March. It is expected to report a double-digit kind of a growth, mainly because of the favorable base and the inventory build-up ahead of the season. Going forward, retailers are looking towards the retail sales during the upcoming festive seasons like Gudi Padwa and the Chaitra Navaratri.
Well, thanks so much for that, Abhishek. Moving on, with FY25 in the books, it is time to turn the page to FY26. How have stocks and indices moved in April over the last 10 years? Are we in for a bullish spring or a bumpy start? My colleague Ansh is here with all the details. Take it away, Ansh.
Well, this is a seasonality study done by JM Financial, and as per report, they have actually collated data for the month of April of last 10 years. And as per that, we are seeing that Nifty in last 10 years in the month of April has been positive 7 out of 10 times, giving an average move of 2.4%. Whereas if we talk about mid-cap index, then here we are seeing it has been positive at least for 8 out of 10 times, giving an average move of 4%, indicating good bullish pressure in the month of April. Also, if we talk about sector indices, then most of the sector indices seems to be in green in the April month on an average basis. Metal has been the top performer with a 7% move, auto by almost 5%, pharma by 4.7%, Nifty Realty, energy by more than 4%. Only Nifty IT index is the only one which has been negative on an average basis. The rest all seems to be positive here. Now, if we talk about indices that have closed at least 8 times in last 10 years in the month of April, then Nifty Metal, Nifty Auto and Nifty Energy are the indices which have been positive, including Nifty. Also, if we talk about indices that have closed negative at least 7 times, then only and only Nifty IT index is in the list. Nifty IT index seems to be very negative in the month of April. Let's also talk about stocks that are in focus, and here we are seeing the F&O stocks that have closed at least 8 times in last 10 years in the month of April are Navin Fluorine, Ipca Labs, KEI Industry, Nestle, SRF, Page Industry, Interglobe Aviation and APL Apollo Tube. Whereas on the flip side, if we talk about negatives, then let's see the stocks that have closed in red at least 7 times in 10 years are Infosys, HCL Tech, Solar Industry and Wipro, with IT stocks being the major and the downside.